Hi, I'm Tim Bartz, Internet Sales Manager here at McArthur Ford in Salina, Kansas. Your source for Ford news, update, and information with a Maverick Monday video this week. And I was a little perplexed on what I was going to cover for this week, but I had kind of remembered some things going on last week, and I kind of thought this would be a good video to kind of clarify people and let them know what happens when it comes to scheduling. So we went over the different order process last week for getting your order placed, getting it in, the whole process and everything. But also, I want to talk a little bit about going on to different forums and such, and learning and educating yourself a little bit. And hopefully, this video helps you out and clarifying some things. Now, I want to always source the Maverick Truck Club. They are a great forum. I'm in there a lot, helping people out, answering questions, hopefully giving the truth there in the different forums. But I want to cover one post last week that went live that people have been asked about, and there was just this discussion going back and forth on what was going to happen, what wasn't, which is right. So I'm going to bring up that post and kind of show you that, but I do want to give all the credit to Maverick Truck Club because they do a great job on there. And I do like Maverick Truck Club. They do value a lot of information I put out there, and allow me to help other customers and to not remove any of the content that I put on there when it comes to videos and different things. So I do want to appreciate them for that. So let's going to go over there and kind of look at this real quick. So there's a post that went live last week. Basically, it was titled 2025 Maverick Job 1 production starts 11/11 of 24. Scheduling this week 9/12 of 24 for production weeks 11/1 through 11/25. Global version available on 2025 quarter 1. So that was posted by this person here, I think he's at a dealer because he posts a lot of dealer information and stuff. And I will say this first image here that this came up. This came from something that dealers get access to, and actually it's something that fleet business owners get access to, and that is the FDNB. That's a Ford Dealer News Bulletin or something like that. Anyway, I think, or Fleet Dealer News Bulletin. So this is for fleet dealers, and the premise behind this document is to allow people, fleet dealers, to know and help their customers that are looking for commercial, government, that kind of stuff, what's going on for each week when it comes to trying to place an order, get a truck for their fleet, and that kind of stuff. And so, but with that in mind, a lot of times this information will also reflect retail, customer placed orders, and stock orders as well. So that's why I like to use this as information, but I also know that it's always just a guide. It's not always 100%. And so a lot of times I'll use these dates. And here's what's great about this. And really, this should not be floating around on social media, on forums. Hopefully this dealer realizes that he could actually lose us access as dealers to this, to be able to help our customers. A lot of times why you will not see me post any documents is because this stuff, it'll actually, I think they cut it off on here. It does say confidential on a lot of these. These are supposed to be for dealers only. Ford does let me cover this because I don't just splash it on there and just leave it. I actually do explain what the stuff means in my live stream. And so that's why they don't mind on my live stream if I cover this information. And they've even reached out to me and said, hey, you can't cover this or that. And I respect it. And so I follow that. But this year, anyway, so this should not be out there on the internet, but it is. So let's, take a look at what's going on in this and what this all means. Now, I have to put my glasses on, but this will have two different model years. So you'll see 24 and 25. 24 here, this is when scheduling begins for 24. Of course, 24 has been launched and it's going and everything, but it's a good idea because there's information on the 24 that we won't see on 25, or at least it has TBD. And so like 25 model year, it says order banks open, and it says 8/1. They did open 8/1, and this actually divides out hybrid and gas, even though they're the same, that they did divide it out here. Also, it says scheduling begins 9/12 of 24, which was the initial plan for this. So a lot of people, that's where they were going. Well, look, scheduling is going to start 9/12. That was last Thursday. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. We'll just break that sheet down first. Scheduling next week. So these come out on the Friday before the next week. So at the end, like towards the end of the day on Friday, I usually look at it on Monday, but it comes out usually on Friday for that next week. Well, it even says in here, they're going to be scheduling for November build dates, the week of November 11th through the weeks of November 25th. So there you go. And then it says in here, job 1 starts 11/11 of 24 for both of those. And then see here, here's your fleet order due date. And so there are due dates on some of these. And as we go along, you'll see some of these where the fleet order will close, but they won't close for retail and stock. So again, this is really dedicated for fleet orders. And then it'll have a balance out date. So up here, you look at 24, and it'll have a balance out date is 11/2. Right. So they're going to have 1 week that's going to be shut down, and they're going to start the production on 11/11, right, for 9 days. So there you go. So that's when they're going to take their break and all that kind of stuff, retool, that kind of stuff. When they do a refresh, it typically is a little longer than just 1 day. When they don't make a significant change from one model to the next in a way of the body style and stuff like that, then usually you'll see just it'll close down 1 day and then open back up the next day, and it's the next model year. Boom. That's just that simple. But when they do a redesign, they have to retool, and there's some things that change, and you'll see more like a week to 10 days in between the shutdown and the startup of one model year to the next. Now, so this here, so you might ask, well, Tim, how come then they didn't schedule this week? It says in here that they did. Again, this is just a guide. Things change, things happen. So when you go down these next forms that you see down here, these are the actual scheduling notes that Ford usually puts out on Monday, after Friday, on Monday for that next week. And this here is dedicated to, you'll see, retail stock. They won't mention fleet in this one. The other one is a guide for fleet dealers. This is a guide for retail and stock for us as dealers to know, hey, to get our allocation scheduled. And if you look down on this one, there's 2 pages. Maverick is on the second page, no scheduling. So which is correct? Well, it's more current. It's on Monday. It came out on Monday. It didn't come out on Friday. Things changed. So no scheduling, dressing period. That usually means that they need to plan some things. They need to figure out what they can do and what's available, right? And then it says in there Lobo version, which I've been telling you guys on the Maverick Mondays for a long time, that Lobo is a job too, and that it will not be available for production until 2025 model year or 2025 calendar year, right? I've been telling you guys that for a long time. So this should not be new news if you follow me. Anyway, and then it also will show you what order banks are open and closed, right? So there you go. And see, NS means not scheduling. So this is the most accurate information, which is what I did on Tuesday. Is I let you guys know that. Also, we'll usually give you any constraints. You see this in here. A lot of times I'll read some of that stuff off in my live stream, as well as my Wednesday video, which is basically a recording of the live stream. So there you go. That's kind of that information. A lot of people having a lot of discussion in here about which is true, which is right. Sounds like it starts 9/12. Again, they're going off the first one and they didn't see the second one that says it's not scheduling, right? And they got some people in here that are followers of me that can give you all that stuff there of what's going on. So there you go. Kind of want to highlight that and let you know that if you see those floating around there, those are what those mean, what they are. I use the FDNB. I use that as a resource for basically order banks. I don't use it as a resource for scheduling. Typically, I use a scheduling notes video or document for that on Monday and Tuesday. That's what I use for that. That FDNB, that really the main purpose of that for me as a dealer for retail and stock is when will the order banks close? When are they opening up? That's how I get that little tidbit of information and be one of the first ones out there. But I don't post it on social media. I don't post it on different forums because as dealers, we'll lose access to that if Ford sees that those are being put out there. So especially that one there, because that one it is misleading because it is for fleet, and sometimes it will be different for that. But anyway, I wanted to break down and let people know that when they see that out there, hey, take it for what it is. But I wanted to kind of break down what that really means, what that information is, and which one is correct. And I'll tell you this. Follow the live stream Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Central. I'll tell you right now, we usually chit chat, talk about some other things, good dealer moments. Shout out to members, that kind of stuff in the first half an hour to an hour. We do dealer news updates. We do recalls as well in that live stream. That usually takes up the first hour. So I will tell you, if you're wanting just the scheduling information, you want it as quick as possible, Tuesday night is when you're going to find that. Usually about 8 p.m. Central time is when we get to the scheduling information. Actually, scheduling information does come a little sooner, probably about 30 to 40 minutes in. But if you don't want to see all that other stuff, you just want that, then come in around 7:30 and you should be good to go and be able to get that information. Now, if you're someone that you can also watch it as a replay even after that, because it goes live right away, you can go in once the live stream is started and maybe we've gotten to the scheduling information, you can go back to the video and then you can find where that scheduling started and watch it from there as well. And then on Wednesday, so we take the scheduling video from Tuesday night's live stream and I cast it as its own video Wednesday night at about 6 p.m. Central. So that's when you'll find that information as well. The difference is all the information is the same, but if you want to ask questions and you're like, you watch that and go, man, I'd like to know, you can drop the questions on Wednesday, but you can also ask them to me live on there. So we answer questions live on Tuesday nights. And I'm not trying to promote this, but I just think that our live stream has so much great information out there. I even tell my sales guys, you need to watch the live stream. We give them the notes of what we covered in the live stream. But I tell them, some of our best sales guys that are the most knowledgeable about what's going on will watch the live stream that we do because there's a lot of information. I have a lot of dealers that watch it because we go over dealer news updates and most recent updates, the recalls that have just come out, and that kind of stuff. We cover all that on Tuesday night. I just think it's such valuable information, especially if you have someone out there that you're ordered a vehicle and you're curious. Well, mine has not been scheduled. Why? We talk about that on our live streams on Tuesday night, and we can educate you instead of just plopping a sheet onto Maverick Truck Club and then you're just trying to figure out and read. It's a foreign language, right? My wife said that we were talking stuff the one weekend and she's like, you guys are talking a foreign language here. I don't know what this means. To a lot of people, those documents are a foreign language. I can help you understand that and interpret that for you guys. So anyway, hopefully this does help you out, give you some tidbits of information and what's real. And hopefully you guys check out Tuesday night. So we'll be on tomorrow night on the live stream going over information because this should be the first week for scheduling for 25 model year. We're real excited. We have about 23 allocations going out. And I think about everybody that ordered with us is going to be able to get their scheduled this week. I'm real excited about that. So hopefully you guys are as well. And you're having a great Maverick Monday. And until next week, stay positive, be kind to one another, be kind to yourself, and we'll see you on the next video.